Tonight's one of our weekly STEM clubs. That's primary age kids coming together to spend an hour exploring and creating around a STEM-based topic. Tonight they are looking at carnival, so they'll be building a fairground ride. STEM is an acronym which covers basically science, technology, engineering and mathematics. It's used both in terms of the industry sectors, so you'll see STEM described in kind of economic terms, but you'll also see STEM in relation to education, so children studying STEM as a topic. Technology in Play started 2 years ago in York. It was a startup dream of both mine and my co-founders. We created it basically off the back of looking for early years coding, preschool coding for our children. We've both got young girls. We recognised that wasn't there, it wasn't out there, no one was providing it. We spent quite a lot of time essentially researching and looking at what's going on out there in the industry and why these things aren't available. And yeah, I mean, there's so much out there. I mean, at the moment, the STEM industries they've currently got 170,000 jobs, roles that are not being placed. It's costing the economy about 1.5 billion a year. And then also you've got things like gender parity thrown in there. So at the moment, only 14% of STEM roles are taken by women. That is hoping to increase to 30%. That's a government target and an industry target to increase that to 30%. However, you know, the crazy thing is actually if we were to look at getting parity in STEM industries, then actually things like your skills gap, that 170,000, and that's anticipated to double, or the industry itself is anticipated to double, then, you know, parity could potentially resolve that. I think it's really important that we talk to children at a younger age about STEM, and we look at what STEM is. A lot of the research points towards, so not just essentially by the time of 8, most girls and boys, but mainly girls, disengage from STEM topics. It's at that age that they start seeing it as something that's either too difficult, too hard, or, you know, very technical, as opposed to something that's creative, something that's explorative. The reason we find it really important is actually you can be looking at science topics, but actually we're more looking at like how you solve a problem, and we give them an opportunity to explore and create. There's no wrong answers, there's no right answers. It's just about actually what you think, and by putting STEM into those terms and making it much more about their skills rather than the facts they learn about maths and science, then they can see it as more attainable. With things like coding, we try and use tools that are designed, and usually, you know, these do tend to be slightly more expensive tools. So we use robots that aren't screen-based. We don't just kind of do PowerPoint run-throughs that you see with things like Scratch and such like that. We do actually use very hands-on tools. Now, one of the things about that is that children learn through like memory muscle recall, so there's lots of different ways. It's not just hearing, it's about touching, seeing, feeling, and how they process that information.